Last time, Total Party Guild.
I kind of do that, like, slightly fish out of water, like, it's obviously a super mess in here and there's paint everywhere before, like, kind of looking at the chair and prestidigitating it so there's not paint on it before I sit down.
Nice. I was a quarter of an inch from touching the canvas when he said that, so I'm...
And he just he bats your finger away with his wet paintbrush.
Well,
and he says, "Sorry for the mess, Jewel."
It's to be expected with us creative types, I suppose.
Welcome, heroes. I'm Jeremy Blackheart, and I'll be DMing this story arc of Total Party Guild, a weekly retrowave-inspired modular live play 5th edition D&D podcast. This week, the guild will be employing
Jewel Von Onyx, a human bard, played by Vanessa Otero.
Justin Lamb playing Stennel Bjornsson, the halfling barbarian.
And Sean Rowe playing Singer, a tiefling cleric.
When last we left our heroes, Milo, one of the guild masters in Westbank, asked our heroes to run an errand in Banthum to get some equipment to combat some mind flayers near the city before they get out of hand. Our heroes took a little trip with Poe, a dragonborn stable master, out of the city through the farmland and into the woods to a portal that connected to the other side of Arosa. Our heroes came out of the gate onto a windy mountainside. The landscape was rocky with large boulders strewn about, tall, thin trees and patches of long, thick grass and hardy, small bramble bushes. The road was clear and well kept. It went about a mile down through a valley to an impossibly high-walled, neon-glowing city. There was a crossroad with a group of 8 people on weird mounts inspecting something on the roadway. The wind came down from the mountain behind and chilled their bones, and it was followed by a bright flash of lightning from the ocean and rolling thunder through the hills. It was gray and gloomy, barely wet. The lightning storm continued flashing constantly over the water. What do you do?
Well, it's a bit chillier than it was in the West Bank region. So I'll pull out something. I have like a jacket or some kind of traveling gear in my bag, and I'll just pull out a nice jacket to put over my stuff, my clothes.
Is Jewel one of the I'm always cold girls?
No, but we're in the snowy mountains. Also, she has like 0% body fat. So
true. Your hands are like Skeletor hands.
But she's also like, I feel like she's mediocre dexterous and 0 strength. So it's like she's kind of skinny fat, where she's super kind of out of shape, but also just like bones.
Mm-hmm. It's all those years of being a rock star.
Yeah, and hard life of being a rock star at age 27.
Well, it can age you.
Yeah. So,
Alrighty.
Shall we, guys?
Yeah, I don't think Stennel would be very much affected by the cold. He's insulated by his, well, I don't know, just jovial nature.
Yes, and this reminds me of home. I'm very excited to be here.
You hear Milo's words echo. I think Singer will be more excited to be there than he thinks he will be. So you start heading down the road towards the neon lit city. And as you start getting closer to those 8 people, you see they're all in decked out armor. To us as players meta, it looks like it's made out of carbon fiber. But to you as characters, you don't really know what it's made out of. It doesn't have the sheen of normal armor. And their mounts are these weird, elongated vehicles that only have 2 wheels, and they're just being propped up with little stands on the bottom. They look like they have springs, like these massive coil springs on the back and front tire. But it looks like something that might be impossible to ride. And there are 2 of them in the back watching the road that goes north into the mountains. But most of them are staring at a dead manticore on the side of the road.
Now, are manticores frequent in this area?
They happen, but it's not like it's a common threat.
Is the manticore just like in the snow?
Yeah. It's just kind of draped over a boulder in the snow, and then there's blood kind of spattered about. You see 4 of the 8 have these big lances that just kind of cut off and have a divot that goes back into it like a reverse cone, strapped to the side of their weird mounts.
It's a shame. It looks like these guys can't afford proper armor. It's like cardboard or something. But I want to go look at the manticore. That looks neat.
So as the party gets closer, one of the ones up front, closer to the manticore, speaks up. And it's just a lighter toned male voice through the helmet. And he says, "Howdy, travelers. What brings you to Banthum?"
Guild business.
Hey there.
Gentle rains.
And then one of the other guys kind of in the crowd goes, "Oh, Gildos." And a couple guys go, "Ooh, Gildos."
Wait,
Very clever.
Is that what they call them out here? Gildos?
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. It kind of has a certain taste to it in the mouth. It's Gildos.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't like it.
I don't like the way it slaps around in there.
Yeah.
Gildos.
We should try something different. Gildums.
Gildums?
Not sure about that.
While Singer's
Gilders?
rambling to himself.
Gilders is all right.
Gildites.
Gildites. Ooh, I like that one. We are Gildites.
We're Gildites.
Jules just like, please stop.
While Singer's rambling to himself, the guy who originally greeted you just snaps, "If you don't quit making jokes, you'll be one of them soon."
Be a gildo or be a joke?
I'm a little confused. What exactly are you referencing, sir?
Yeah. You're going to have to break that down for us.
I was joking. I was going to fire him and he was going to have to beg you guys for a job. And then you hear most of the crowd go, "Oh, he got you, Dom."
It's pretty funny.
And you can't see his face because of the armor, but he just kind of like sheepishly like turns his head. He says, "Guild business. From where?"
West Bank.
He takes his helmet off and he's just kind of an average looking blonde guy, with like a buzz cut and a couple scars on his face. And he says, "Well, my name's Ezekiel. Nice to meet you all.
I'm Stennel. I'm already on top of the manticore.
Get off that.
And he says, no, be careful of the spines." And he tries to like push you away.
I'm like standing on it. It's like King of the Hill, but I'm just like, oh, this is neat looking.
And he sighs, and under his breath, he says, "Gildos."
Look, sir, you see the gold pin? I'm a professional. Okay.
Are you... I try to like brush off the insults, and is it normal for manticores to come so close to the city?
He says, "No, not normally. It must be getting pretty sparse out there for food."
Normal
one of the guards,
for people for Banthum to be such dicks?
Yes.
You say that out loud?
Well, good.
Yes.
Jewel made that decision for you.
I just wanted to make sure that this was like normal behavior.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me when you said, do you say that out loud?
Oh, no.
Oh.
It's to Singer. Do you say that out loud?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
And he looks at you with like a stern look of disappointment. And he says, why don't you guys just mosey on out of here?
I'll look
All
down
right,
at the
and I-
manticore and then look back up at them and give my best like diva shrug and start walking towards the city.
I jump on the manticore a couple times like a trampoline, and then I jump off it. I'll keep walking.
Good hunting. And I wave and smile and walk away.
That is not
Hi,
how I
guys.
expected that would go.
I
Well,
wonder how those
they started
carriages
calling
work.
us. They started by calling us gildos. So
Sounds like dildos. Yeah.
yeah,
The leader
it does.
didn't. The leader was defending you until you guys were being weird.
Yeah. The leader was defending us
Well,
until Singer called him.
Stennel started being weird, and then Singer added into it.
Stennel has never been weird in his life.
And I was defending my good friend Stennel.
Hi. I don't need defense. I got a pretty thick skin.
I was ready to drop my name, but now
They
I'm good.
didn't. They weren't worth it.
No, they were not nice. If that's how everyone is here in this city, I'm going to have to change my viewpoint.
No, Singer, they were fine.
Look,
they were
the
just
city-
giving us a hard time.
The city guard are just jealous because they're not powerful enough to qualify for guild membership.
That was the city guard. Like they guard the city.
I would
Armor
assume
like
that's
that?
a city guard.
I mean, I just thought they were some random people in.
What's the
terrible
knowledge for
armor.
local?
Just history, maybe?
Yeah, Jewel, roll me that.
Okay. Let me open to my...
Oh.
16?
So, Jewel, you know those weren't town guards. Those were Lumitech employees.
Oh, Lumitech employees. Great. Well, those are the people that we're going to have to deal with.
Those are the
Poor-
people we're looking for.
Yeah, we're going to Lumitech to get information.
Oh, well then let's head back.
No, let's talk to someone higher up.
What? So the people that we're going to go visit with, there are kind of dicks, and that's who we're going to have to talk to. I feel like we do this on a regular basis.
Well,
I feel like that's how we introduce ourselves to people.
I'm going to be honest, you guys are kind of dicks. So I think that sometimes people just read off of that. You're not necessarily dicks, just that you specifically are very sheltered and you haven't had a lot of experience with dealing with people. So I feel like you have a harder time reading the room, or you don't have the knowledge of what they're saying. And so it just kind of, what's the word? Amplifies them wanting to be assholes. And Stennel, I just look at you and
I nod to you, and then I pat Stennel on the head, and I said, "Don't worry, buddy. We'll help you figure it out."
no, I was talking to you.
Aw.
I look at Stennel and I go, and Stennel, and then I just like move my hands like I can't come up with the words, like that gif of Nathan Fillion, like, barbarian stuff, I guess.
Look, say what you want about me. I do have this snazzy badger hood, and I'm always friendly.
Yeah, but that's off-putting to people sometimes. I personally like it, but a lot of people
Off-putting.
don't like being touched or hugged quite so
Oh.
much. And of course,
Why
I'm
not?
perfect with people, so
Yeah.
I mean, I do feel that, if you act kind of like, oh, I don't know, dickish, then you should be told. Perhaps they don't know.
Yeah, people don't like that. A lot of people don't like criticism or even just like gentle critiquing or correcting. A lot of people just react negatively if you point out their bad parts.
Well, if you're in the mountains and you see a neighbor building a fence incorrectly, you're supposed to let them know. I mean, otherwise, the sheep get out. Like, it's common courtesy. I don't understand why it wouldn't be the same here. Excuse me, sir, your words are escaping your mouth. You need to fix that fence. I don't understand.
Well, I don't know how to describe human nature to you, but
That's
how it is in
no.
cities.
Singers trying to be nice. It's yes, but you want to say it softer or gentler. If a fly lands on your window pane, you don't kill the fly with a hammer. You use something softer.
Oh, okay. So in the city, then I would have to be, sir, pardon me, but you're sounding a bit dickish. Is there anything I can do to help with that? Is that
Softer.
I would say
pardon
you're being
me, sir,
rude.
but you're sounding kind of dickish.
No, softer.
Sir, you're a dick.
No. Maybe just let Joel do the talking.
Just keep
Well,
walking.
I suppose we could do that.
Yeah, Joel's the talker.
Yeah.
I'm the shopper.
I've
You're the eye
definitely
candy.
never put anybody off by saying the wrong thing.
It's never happened.
I'm giving all three of you DM inspiration.
Yay! We did it.
we worked that out ourselves.
That's good role play. Good job. Alrighty. So, you walk down, you hit the deepest part of the valley, and the road starts going back up towards the walled city. You come to the front gate, and the stone walls themselves are imposing and suffocating with their sheer size. They're smooth stone, and it doesn't look like any natural means could have built them this tall and this smooth, this rounded, this well. There are tiny arrow slits towards the top, and there are ballista mounted around the gate. And then there's a short waiting line to get inside. There's a big sign posted with an illusion, and it says out loud, essentially reading itself, that common laws of Arosa are in effect. In addition, the use of magic to harm, alter, or control another is prohibited, and failure to comply with these laws will result in maximum sentencing. Dispelling magic is strictly prohibited unless in self-defense. A couple people get in through the gate, and then it repeats itself.
All right.
Does that mean that magic is outlawed unless in self-defense?
I just think
you
that
just can't.
mind-altering magic and... Right?
I'll read it again.
Okay.
Common laws of Arosa are in effect. In addition, the use of magic to harm, alter, or control another is prohibited, and failure to comply with these laws will result in maximum sentencing. Dispelling magic is strictly prohibited unless in self-defense.
Okay, so literally, casting magic is prohibited unless not even in self-defense. It's just the dispel magic.
No, I feel like you can use
means-
actual magic as long as you're not trying to harm or control anybody.
Well, sure, but if I get into a fight with somebody, then okay, it makes sense. I just won't fight anybody.
Yeah, no fighting here.
That's basically what they're saying.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at you though, Stennel.
Huh? I don't have
He
any
doesn't
magic.
cast magic.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll just poke him with the glowy stick.
Right, see, that's magical, so perhaps not that.
Shit. I'll put the sword away.
You finally get to the gate after standing behind merchants and travelers. And there are 4 guards standing outside. There is a big portcullis that slides down from the top, and there's 2 people sitting in a booth next to the crank. And then there's another one on the other side, and you can't quite see who's manning that one. They all have shields and pikes. You can see up above on the wall with the ballistas, there's a couple guys posted. And when you get closer, the people that looked like humans have these weird black lines through their face. It runs kind of under their eyes, along where the top of the cheekbone is, down the side of their mouth, just barely missing where the lips come together, and then down next to the chin, along their neck and under their clothes. Their eyes don't really look like human eyes. They have these like weird gray spots around the iris. and they kind of talk with a tinny voice. They say, "Hello, travelers. What brings you to Banthum?"
Guild business.
Weird looking changelings here.
That is the weirdest tattoos.
Jewel, you know they're Warforged.
Yeah.
Right away.
I just look at both of my companions like, have you never seen a Warforged before?
So being in West Bank, there are Warforged, but there's not nearly as many, and a lot of them don't have this skin-looking appearance.
Oh,
just
these
look
guys
like
are just sleek
robots.
looking.
Yeah, they look like androids. Meta. Guild business. So you are here on business?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your names?
Jewel von Onyx.
And there's a guy another Warforged behind writing it all down.
Stennel Bjorn's son.
Writes
Singer.
it down. Singer what?
It's just Singer.
What is your last name, citizen?
He doesn't have a last name.
And he stares
Um,
blankly.
You
I'm going
don't.
to throw an arm around him.
You don't have like
Singer
tieflings
Bjorn's
here
son.
that don't have last names.
He looks at you for a second, and then he looks down at what Stennel said. Do you want to repeat it?
He's Singer Bjorn's son. We're
Singer
siblings.
Bjornsson.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Do you consent to a search of your belongings?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the one next to you, Stennel, kind of just pats you down and sees the weapon. And then he just says, "Please do not draw this in the city unless in self-defense."
You got it, metal bud.
If you get close and touch him, like, you can tell it startles him, but he doesn't really push you away. And you can definitely feel he's not squishy. Like, it's just like, it's like a neoprene mouse pad on a desk. Like, it's just a little layer of squish, but it's all metal underneath.
That is a firm and unsatisfying hug, but there you go.
Jewel, with you have the bag of holding, right?
Yep.
And when they reach in, they say, "Oh, wow, this is a very deep bag. How do you do this?"
Okay.
Like,
I will.
like they have it on the ground and they're squatting over it, bent all the way with their head and shoulders inside of it. And their voice is echoing up out of
do
it.
That. Oh, don't do that.
This is a very scary looking whip. Please do not use this in the city.
I won't. I won't. It'll stay in the bag.
And then he pops out and he says, "If I could smell, I would be scared to be in that bag."
Does it stink in there?
What do you have?
I've forgotten. What did we put in that bag?
Nothing gross.
That's good.
It seems there is some rotten food at the bottom.
What? I'll go through it later.
Stennel, did you put anything in the bag?
I have no recollection.
Singer Bjornsson, please let me see your bag.
What do you say, brother?
I let him see my bag.
And he just goes through it. No one has
You're
anything
like
super
twice
weird,
my
right?
height.
No,
Singer
I
has
just
a
have
dildo.
keys in my
Oh.
bag. Oh yeah, I got that.
You go, Adilda.
Please don't use this in the city.
I also have my spear. So
Yeah, I have weapons and stuff on me, and the wand of pyrotechnics, and
When he sees
have anything.
the relic, he goes, "Oh, Singer Bjornsson, the Violet Light District is blah, blah, blah." And he gives you directions.
Thank you.
That's a sex district.
I'm sorry. What now?
Oh, there's a whole district?
I mean, you guys have
excuse
been
me.
in cities.
Not
I haven't been to. Do we have that in West Bank? Stennel, do we have that in West Bank?
I don't think so.
You
Not a whole
totally
district.
do.
have, like-
See, Stennel doesn't think there's one.
Maybe like a house or
I mean,
a
there
building.
is a place that ladies
There.
and gentlemen. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say there are multiple.
Yeah, there's multiple areas in the city where this kind of thing is prevalent. Is that the right word?
Surely not nearby the temple of Zalia. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, because I've totally been to one of those
I
before.
arch an eyebrow at Stennel Bjornsson.
What?
Oh my.
Dove
No,
didn't
I've
work
never
out, I
been.
take it.
No, she was a great friend.
Oh. Anyway, are we
Yeah.
free to
We had,
go?
like dinner and stuff.
So they say, please obey the laws of the city. The guild HQ is next to Glowfly Station in the market district on the second highest peak.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please.
Stennel, I think that's what Jewel was talking about.
Oh, was that dickish?
I think so. Yes, I think that we're very poor at this cues, and perhaps we shouldn't do that.
Making fun of
We
his
need
accent
better
a little
cues.
bit.
Oh, okay. All right. What would Jewel say? Thanks.
And he says, you're welcome, citizen. Please enjoy your stay.
It worked. Okay, I'm gonna do a Jewel then next time.
Do a jewel.
I also want to point out that the thunder and lightning are still going pretty frequently. No one really seems fazed by it. And the whole time you guys are talking, the illusion sign over the head is reading itself.
Oh.
That's distracting.
What is the deal with the lightning storm? Is that frequent or?
It has been happening for about 10 months. Lumitech
What?
is investigating, but it has not caused us any harm.
Okay. 10 months. Just mental harm.
Well, when you look at it from a god's point of view, that could just be a blink of an eye. I mean, she could be just getting the first sentence out.
Please move along, citizens.
Grab my
Gentle
bag
reins.
and walk through the gate.
And they just kind of like usher you. Okay. So you're officially in Banthum.
Yay.
So you are near the bottom of the lowest peaked mountain. And as you walk in, like towards the main street, you can see kind of up the peak, and there are these like floating covered gondolas that go up the side of the main road and hover over the ground. Most of the people on the main road are wearing like Victorian style big poofy dresses or suits, and they have like small neon accents or glowing accents. A lot of the ladies have parasols with a little like light bulb at the tip. It's just enough so like it's like a candlelight essentially. But there are all types. There are a ton of android looking Warforged. There are a ton of Warforged without like the synth skin. There are a lot of tieflings and a lot of humans, and a lot of dwarves. The side of the cobblestone road itself is just lined with those 3 to 5 story buildings that have different signs set at every level. And a lot of them are just glowing lit illusions, whether it's like a silent image that's just static, or some of the like bigger, fancier looking buildings can afford like essentially a major image advertisement. And the whole street is just lit up with this. It's just after sunset. So the city itself is blinding with these like fluorescent fake colors.
I love it here.
Wow.
It's very bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like the clothing that I'm wearing doesn't match everyone else. I feel like I should be wearing fancier things.
I mean,
Just
overall,
to
in
walk
general,
outside.
yes.
Wow. Cutting words?
Vicious mockery.
A vicious mockery.
1d4 psychic damage. Singer.
We could probably find you something. There's like markets and such, right?
Yeah, I know where all the good clothes shops are if you want to have a shopping montage.
No, you misunderstand. I don't necessarily want the clothes. I just feel, I mean, they don't look comfortable.
I think they do.
What if you wore the comfortable stuff underneath and then you wore the fancy stuff on the outside, and then you'd have the best of both worlds?
I'm actually okay with this. That sounds like a plan.
Shopping montage.
Do you want to do a shopping montage? Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do like an upbeat song
So
in the background.
when you first come into the city, when you get a few hundred feet away from the main gate, there are a ton of unscrupulous looking fellows hanging out in your alleyways, offering weird things like, oh, I can get you tiefling horn. You know what that tiefling horn does? Oh, you're a tiefling. Oopsie. I can get you that manticore horn. You want manticore horn? I can get you manticore horn. And the next alley over, do you want a guide to the city? I can show you to all the good spots. I know where the good bars are. And he's like raising his eyebrows in an unpleasant pattern. Yeah.
Just ignore them.
Julie, they're all just brigands. So, Jewel.
Right.
But what if I want a manticore horn?
You don't.
Stennel, we can go get one ourselves. Won't it be more fun?
You probably blow in it and then it summons a manticore?
No.
That's exactly what it is, but only if you get it with your own two hands.
Oh, okay. We'll go find one.
So, Jewel, you know the city decently well, at least the nicer areas. But you also know once you get away from the main roads and where the gondolas are that go up the hills, because it sucks to walk up a mountain, the farther you get away from the main roads, the more sketch it gets. Like, really bad. But shopping montage, do you want to kind of describe what you want to do?
Well, there's like a market district, right?
Yeah. So
where clothes would be.
I will describe a little bit of the city. So the quickest way to kind of traverse the city would be to buy a gondola ticket and take a gondola to the top of the lowest peak. And then take the train or the monorail essentially to wherever you want to go. So there are 4 stations that the Nimbus, which is the monorail services. So there's Slumber Station, which stops at the raceway, Dreamscape Raceway. There's Halation Station, which is at the top of the shortest peak, which is next to Lumitech HQ, and the Wizard School, which is Radiance Arcanum. There's Glory Station, which is the main castle at the highest peak, and that's close to Prominence Theater and the Prominence Bardic College. And then there's Glowfly Station, which stops most of the ways up the second highest peak, and that's next to the Guild HQ. And that's where a lot of the like kind of bizarre type shopping is. That's where you can like barter for interesting things. If you want the really nice things, you have to go to Glory Station, but it's way more expensive.
Yeah, that's absolutely where Jewel would want to go first.
Okay. So if you want to get a gondola ticket, there's a booth at the bottom of the hill, and there's a female dressed warforged there. And she's just kind of like spacing out until you walk up.
Hello.
Oh, hello. And she immediately animates in an inhuman way. Would you like to ride? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, do we need 3 tickets? 1 ticket per person?
Would you like to buy a single ticket, or would you like to buy a month or a week?
I think just a single ticket for now. Yeah.
I mean, yes, just a single ticket for right now. That'd be fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is 1 silver coin apiece.
Okay. take out 3 silver and hand her 3 silver.
Okay. And she gives you 3 tokens that are a little bit smaller, but they
Thank
feel
you.
kind of tinny and they have a rune on them.
Yep, I'll hand them out.
Mm-hmm. And then the gondolas are the completely encapsulated ones. And there's kind of a floating wire. And it doesn't actually touch the wire. It just kind of like hovers around it with a wire in the center, and then it floats over the top of the ground up the hill. When you get inside, there's seating on both sides, and then on the far side from the door, there is a little protrusion with a slot in it.
I'll stick my token in the slot.
Ha. Insufficient
Or-
funds.
I'll
Insufficient
do
funds.
the same.
I'll try mine.
And then it kind of lifts up a tiny bit, and it has this really low static hum as it starts gliding up the mountainside.
So is this open like glass?
Yeah,
that you can look through?
it's glass from like chest high up when you're sitting. It's not
Cool.
really high off the ground, just like maybe 2 feet after it lifts up, but it just kind of glides along. And like going up the hill, you can see through the alleyways where there's a bunch of weirdos or trash, but like the main street looks really nice.
Jewel, did you happen to notice how I want to be polite here, but because I'm still learning, but it looks really messy. Yes, messy. I'm going to go with messy.
Yeah, it's a city. I mean, as long as you stick to the good parts of the city, everything will be nice. Once you get to the kind of slums area, it's going to be messy and there's going to be weirdos around.
So is the good part just like where the main road is? It feels like that's the only good part so far.
We're only like 30 minutes into the city, so
Well, you know, my great grandnun used to tell me that first impressions are important, and it's not really making a very good first impression on me.
Great granddad.
So as the gondola gets higher onto the mountain peak, it does start getting nicer as you get closer to the top. And when you reach the top, it reaches another little booth and stops like in kind of a storage where it loops around and you have a platform to step out on. And you're right a block away from this big tower, like castle almost. It looks like a futuristic Victorian keep with a central tower that's 12 stories tall. And right next to it is another like fancy architecture looking building that has stained glass and a big neon illusion clock.
and this is the good.
Now, that jewel is much more impressive than everything else we've seen. I would imagine if I was building a city, I would put that first, and then as you go into it, you find the other not so nice looking
Well,
places.
You have a lot of city building experience.
I mean, no, but you do have to agree that that looks much better than
It's
the
beautiful,
outside.
but
Yes.
there's going to be bad points and high points. And when you're coming into a city, a lot of people like to try and see who's coming in and who they can take advantage of. And that's why you get the I don't want to say scallyrags, but like riffraff maybe that are hanging around the entrance looking for their next mark. I don't know.
And while
I
you're
see.
standing out on the platform, if you look back down the hill, it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's just bright neon lights throughout the whole thing. It's like you're standing on a skyscraper in Tokyo. Banthum is a cross between futuristic fantasy London, Gotham, and Tokyo. So where you're standing, you can see all the neon lights down to the front gate. And you can kind of see Dreamscape Raceway, and you can hear the cheering echoes just faintly between the cracks of thunder and lightning. But Jewel, you know where you're standing. You know the keep looking thing is Lumitech HQ, and the front gates are closed. And most of the lights on the lower floor through the windows are off. It's dark. The building next, huh?
I was gonna say because it's nighttime.
Yeah. The building next to it is Radiance Arcanum, which is a Lumitech funded wizard school. The building with the giant clock, and then behind Radiance Arcanum is Halation Station.
Well, let's go to the station. It looks like Lumitech's closed.
Right. We were looking for clothing anyways, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I have a confession.
Yeah, what is it?
Stennel's like scuffing his foot. I've actually never been here before. This is my first time.
No, Stennel.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
Jesus.
Why would you make such a boast then if you've never been?
It's reputation. Boasting is like half of it, you know? You want to come off as tough and traveled. There's a word for that, where you've been a lot of places around the world.
Traveled.
Yeah. So, you know, it's just something I say, and it wasn't 100% true. But I think it's beautiful and intimidating and interesting. And I don't know. I'm looking forward to see more.
Yeah,
Is
well,
that
I
why
mean,
you
go
puffed
ahead.
up your chest with that half orc back in the, like, you're just putting on a brave face?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you. And I give you a little cheek push.
Ah. You and your tiefling self. You're so tall.
Is it better to see over everyone else? This is kind of pretty with all the lights and so forth, but where's this shop that you were so interested in?
Well, we got to get on the station. We got to get on the monorail to the glory station.
We're
What's
headed
a-
to glory.
What's a monorail?
Yeah,
So
you'll
you
see.
did see it floating through the air when you're walking towards the gate.
Sure, but I don't necessarily know that that's what a monorail is. I just saw this weird flying thing.
Is that a dragon?
It's the weirdest looking dragon. Is it like brain dead? What's wrong with it?
All right. So I assume you head over there. Okay. So
Yeah.
you walk through the cobblestone streets next to Lumitech HQ, and the whole thing's lit up on the top half of the tower. There are spotlights. There's a big sign at the top that says Lumitech in just bold neon letters. And it looks like it took multiple major illusions to make it as big as it was. Radiance Arcanum only really has the clock and then a placard on the side of the building that says what it is. It says Radiance Arcanum and Library. Radiance Arcanum Wizard School and Library. And you walk past it, past the campus, and then there is the station. In the station, where the Nimbus comes in, it's kind of like a curved L because it comes up from the Dreamscape Raceway and then turns towards the second highest peak. And there's a set of stairs that go up, and part of the way up, there is a separate walkway that has a closed gate, but it looks like it takes a slightly different direction than the rest of the stairs. Jewel, you know that's the noble walkway. And you get up to the top platform and there's a line of people waiting, and that extra walkway is walled off so you can't see who's standing waiting for the Nimbus. The first car on the right going towards Glowfly Station, it's a line of entirely women, and then all the cars after that where people would be waiting, it's just mixed. There are multiple Warforged guards. Some of them don't have the synth skin on, but they all have these really tall blue fuzzy hats. And they have batons that kind of crackle at the end.
Jewel, what's the hat mean?
DM, what's the hat mean?
It's so you can see them over a crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Point for the city.
You wait for a second and you see the Nimbus kind of pull in. Make me a perception check.
Perception. That would be a 6
19.
from Jewel.
19 from Stennel.
Okay. Jewel, you probably know, but Singer and Stennel, you both see in the very first car, there are nice, like almost diner booths set up with tea, like tea sets and small edibles, just like pieces of bread and like little jars of jam. And you also see in the first car, the far side of it is a fish tank built onto the wall with lots of colorful, exotic looking fish that don't seem to be affected by the movement of the Nimbus.
Wow, look at that. That looks very impractical. What's all the fish there?
Listen,
Is that
sometimes
the-
in a city you need fish.
Is that the where the noble car?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the car that you get to go in when you are high ranking.
I mean, it does look pretty from the outside.
Yeah.
Is that for like gold ranking members?
Yeah. It's nice from the inside.
So it pulls in and stops. So you can board. It's free.
Yeah. You guys coming?
Oh, yeah. I got distracted by all the everything else. Yeah, I follow.
Everything in
so-
here looks too nice to touch.
It really does. Yes, I'm afraid of touching anything.
Your
And I'm
car just
trying
looks
to
like a clean
maneuver my
subway.
spear so it doesn't clank on the ceiling.
Oh, no, we're not in the front car.
Any car.
Oh,
Yeah, your car just looks like a clean-ish subway.
Oh, okay. Well, what? Well,
There's
we're
nothing
not-
never
fancy
mind.
about it.
Take that back.
I guess we're not gold enough members.
And then it heads off towards Glowfly Station, and you guys can take it from here. What you want to do, just tell me, and if it's reasonable, you go ahead.
All right. Well, I will. Once we get off at Glowfly Station, no, we get off at Glory Station. Sorry.
Yep.
Once we get off at
So you have to wait one stop.
at Glory Station, I will lead you to all of my favorite shops that sell local clothing. Of course, they're probably going to be a bit on the expensive side. I definitely want to buy at least I'm assuming when you say Victorian, it's kind of like that, like the steampunk style of clothing, right? Is that Victorian?
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah. So you have that's like the same era that they use with the bustle skirts and the kind of fancy hats and
it's-
stuff.
Instead of steam and cogs and it's neon accents.
Right.
And a lot of time it's on darker colors, so it really pops.
Yeah. So I'm going to buy at least one dress that will look banging. And
Okay.
depending on how expensive everything is, I will buy everybody an outfit.
Yeah, what are the prices in the player's guide for Noble's clothes?
Clothes
Oh.
fine is 15 gold pieces.
Yeah, so add 5 at least.
Okay.
20 gold pieces.
20 gold a piece.
Yep.
All right. I'll buy everybody Noble's clothes.
I would like one of those white shirt things, and then the vest, and then a long coat, and then something loose on the bottom, because those pants look way too tight. So something like a dress or a skirt or something like that.
Okay.
So, are you going to take your armor off?
Well, I'm imagining we're in a city that's supposed to be friendly, so yes.
earlier you had said that you're just going to get stuff to wear over your armor.
Yep.
So that's why I asked.
Oh no! If we're dressing nicely, I'm going to have to take off the bulky armor. All of my normal stuff is flowing, and it flows like over the armor, and it's designed to be that way. That's why I'm definitely not going to be wearing some tight pants. Did you see that man? I don't think he can even bend over.
They definitely look very, very nice. Tight pants.
Yeah, there was a lot of definition.
But can he move in that? No.
Well, obviously he walks like a panther. Look
It's
at
like
him.
a second skin.
It looks like it's going to rip at any second. No, I need something flowing.
Okay, dude.
Singers bits have to be able to breathe.
They do a little fandangling and they get something that works for you.
Very cool.
Is there anything particular you really want?
Shit.
Sorry.
Sorry. I don't know. Is there anything in there that would look stylish and modern?
What if we added some glowing neon lights to the eyeballs in your hat?
What happened?
It's first of all, it's the hood on my badger cloak.
Yep, that's what I meant.
And second of all, only if we got the right color.
Well, what do you think of like a flaming red or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds terrifying.
Yeah, maybe that's not super stylish. Maybe that's for outside the city. We're trying to be friendly.
Are you going to continue wearing that hat, cloak, hood?
I can put it down. See? Shoo.
So the answer is yes.
And just like matted hair, just greasy matted hair underneath.
Stennel, when was the last time you took a bath?
A what?
Jewel, is there a bathhouse here?
Of course. I mean,
Maybe we go there next.
maybe we should have gone there before we bought brand new clothes.
That was also, yeah, I thought about that afterwards too.
You sound like my mother.
I'll buy like a Victorian Gothic kind of stylish outfit that fits in, and it's like cream and teal that matches my my vest I normally wear, and it just has like the probably just whatever the most common type of neon accents are, like white or blue or something.
Yeah, it's normally blues or pinks or purples.
Blue. I'll go with blues. And just a big hat.
Yeah, so right now you're at Richie's Limelight clothing store, and the clothier looks pretty disturbed with Stennel's behavior and hygiene.
Yeah. Just kind of prestidigitation a little bit, trying to spruce him up a bit. It's hard work.
And he says, "Thank you, madam.
Of course.
Thank you. These clothes won't do you justice until you get clean, my friend."
That is our next stop.
But you get fancy nobles clothes. You're dressed to the nines, and then you want to go and look for a bathhouse or an inn, or
May as well.
I mean, the guild will have that.
Oh. You guys just want to go to the guild and use their facilities? It'll be cheaper.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. I want to see what this guild looks like. I'm definitely hoping I get out of this with at least like a cool like jacket that's got like some kind of collar situation going on that kind of, looks cool. Maybe some neon accents, and then like a cool belt, maybe a hat that matches, got like a swoop to it,
Oh, okay.
Something
I
stylish.
dig it.
Yeah.
So as you're heading back, you walk by a store called Seal Case, like the animal and then case. And looking inside, are synth skins that a lot of the Warforged have on. So you can buy different faces and different skin colors and different skin tones.
What the heck is that? That looks horrifying. It's like people are hanging on hooks in there.
It's for Warforged. If they want to spruce up their looks, you can buy different styles.
I had a completely different idea of what that was for.
Soylent Green is people.
Is it vaguely racist to like be unsettled by that? Because that's really just their clothing shop, right?
I mean, if you've never seen it before, like the mind, the imagination, what I was thinking.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. Thank you, Jewel. Thank you. I feel
You're
much better
welcome.
now.
It's all synthetic. It's not like they skin people and just keep their skin in there.
Yes, but have you ever seen that from afar? When you saw it the first time, what was your thoughts?
I don't know. I know a lot of Warforged, so I probably saw Warforged wearing skin before I saw the skins.
Have you ever seen one changing?
No, I don't think I have.
Well,
They
maybe none
molt.
have felt that comfortable around you.
Maybe.
Consider that.
Or maybe not a lot of people change around other people.
I change around you guys all the time.
All the time, Stennel.
Into the same clothing.
So as you get a little closer to the glass, an illusion pops up and it says, the new flame resistant X952 skin is perfect for your daily activities. Need to travel in the scorching desert of Perth? Buy the new flame resistant skin by Steelcase. And it shows a Warforged wearing the skin laying in the sand on a beach.
That's adorable.
Okay, actually, that's really cool. If I could do that, that would be pretty awesome.
You want to put a skin on over your skin?
No, I don't. But I mean, if
Buffalo
I could,
Bill.
just
I'm just imagining, like bras on your car, like the front thing. They're bad for the paint because a lot of times the dirt and sand and stuff gets in between the bra and the hood of your car. And so it just scratches the shit out of the paint. And so that's all I can think about, them wearing these synthetic skins to the beach and just getting like sand inside their skin.
Just chafing.
Yeah.
oh, that would suck.
Get into the joints. That'd be awful.
Diatomaceous earth.
So all of the buildings here next to Glory Station are huge. The castle is kind of imposing towards the peak. And most of the buildings, they're all the one thing it is. Where down below, like different people share floors typically, but like this seal case, they own the whole 4-story building. And looking up, you can see like more illuminated skins in the windows above. Are you heading back to the station?
Did you guys want to buy anything else? Like some cool, I think there's a cool, what are they called? I can't think of the word. They basically just sell like desserts and treats, like a bakery.
Confectionery?
Yeah, like a confectionery.
I mean, I like. You remember the first time we were on our adventures, Jewel?
Like sweets. Yes.
We ate all those baked goods from that half orc.
Oh yeah.
Right. See,
Wonder
there
what
we go.
happened to that guy.
He's probably still there.
He's in a painting.
He's chilling in a painting.
Yeah, let's go to a confectionery.
That
All right.
sounds excellent.
So one of the best ones is actually right outside Prominence, which is the theater and Bard College.
Yeah, let's go there.
I want something that's like drizzled in glaze.
Mirror
It's-
glaze.
Let me find my description.
I am going to walk a little taller and do a little bit more swing in my more nicer clothing with the neon highlights. Like, I'm not trying to, but I am walking as if I'm preening a little bit.
You
Singer's
peacocking.
looking good.
Heck yeah.
Stennel, now that you have fresh and nice clothes on, you can definitely smell yourself.
What do I smell like?
What do you smell like?
I have no idea. I don't have a great sense of smell.
Have you ever made bacon and then let it sit out for a couple of days?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh. Maybe you guys can bring me out something. I'll just wait in the street with the trash.
Aw, buddy.
Oh.
Can I slump in the gutter and make sad badger noises?
No. That's newer, nicer clothing. Get out of the gutter.
Oh,
60 gold
right.
worth.
That's probably
20 gold worth of clothing. Please don't sit in the gutter.
yeah. That's probably what got me to this scent in the first place. Let's be honest. I don't know. It's just kind of a bummer for my nose.
Do you want to put some perfume on over your BO?
Does that work?
Kind of. Not really.
Oh,
It'll probably just make it worse.
well, let's not worry about that then.
All right. Let's get some sweets.
That'll cheer me up.
So, you head down the way a little bit, and it's just called Mega in all capital letters, and it's right on this side of Prominence. And as you get closer, Jewel, you see something familiar on the Prominence billboard.
Okay. What is it?
You've performed here before. You know the stage, at least. It's connected to the Bard's school next door. On the billboard is a flat illusion of a lure.
Ooh.
And it says, limited time only, power chord with guest singer Allure.
Oh.
And it has a picture of a red tiefling with long horns, and they have like gold chains hanging from them, and she's in this nice flowy clothing. And then there are 3 Warforged behind her. There's a big bulky one that's all metal, no synth skin with drumsticks. And then there's a really tall, skinny, lanky one that's wearing like part synth skin, but he has his torso missing so you can see the metal. And then there's like the lead guitarist, like total synth skin, and he has like long, fake, almost like wet looking black hair, and his head's kind of down. But the image of Allure, she just has one arm up and she's singing into a microphone.
Oh, isn't she in the guild?
You know who Allure is.
Yeah.
Man, I can visualize that poster really well.
like you can
That's
see
because
it.
you're looking at it, Stennel.
I meant to say that out of character. But sure.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There are people standing outside
that
of it
looks-
staring at it. There are people going in.
No, in character, I've actually got my arms crossed and I'm kind of pissed off.
What's up, buddy?
Look at that. This is actual bullshit. She gets in with just one name.
Yeah.
I
true.
am actually quite pleased by your reaction, Stennel. That was very heartwarming.
We need to talk to someone about that. That's not even right. I mean, you can keep the name. It's cool, but like, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree. That is yes.
You're a valid person, singer.
Well, thank you.
Even
Yeah,
if
I mean-
you're a super tall tiefling.
It's pretty common for tieflings to not usually take a last name. I mean, half orcs and orcs don't always take last names either. So, I mean, I don't understand why they require a last name to come in.
Perhaps it was just a bad day. You know, you never looked at it from his point of view. Maybe he was just not feeling it.
Maybe.
Who's this this person? She is on a very large billboard, and you said she's a part of the guild?
Yeah. I think so. I think she's, I don't remember a lower rank, maybe?
She's Electrum.
Yeah, she's Electrum. She's going to be pissed. Vanessa's saying, yeah, we went to the same school. She's a couple years behind me at the Bard School.
Oh.
At Mirage.
Ooh, sounds fancy.
I wonder how long she's been performing here. Oh, it said like it was a limited run, right?
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Yes.
Do we have our baked goods?
No, you haven't
We
gone
haven't
in.
gone in yet.
Oh, so this is just next door to the baked mega goods.
Yeah, it's really close.
Ah,
Mega. Let's go in.
Maybe
Let's
we
see what
should-
they got.
take our let's grab some baked goods and then maybe we'll check out a concert.
You wouldn't mind listening to your friend do a concert, would you, Jewel?
Oh, I mean, we're not really friends. We just went to the same school. But yeah, she's
Oh.
pretty decent. Like usually. Sometimes.
So as you head into Mega, you see the most beautiful cakes and candies in the window. The place is pretty packed for it being as late as it is. And it's right next to this venue, so it does pretty well for itself. The people inside, it's a mix of tieflings, humans, and warforged, but they all have like really dainty looking aprons on, even though most of them are pretty macho looking. And most of the guys that aren't warforged have their biceps out, and they're pretty buff guys. And as you're walking up, you can hear like criers for Prominence Theater yelling, "Limited time only, come and get your tickets. Come and get your tickets. She's only here tonight and tomorrow."
Oh. Weird. I wonder what she's doing all the way out here. I didn't really think about having an adventuring career and still performing all the time.
Well, maybe she's no longer a part of the guild.
Maybe.
Or maybe the performance is the guild business. Maybe there's an important adventuring reason why she has to put on a show.
Maybe.
Sorry.
Oh, let's find out.
Are you heading into Mega?
Yeah.
Okay. So Mega does have a giant line, but there are glass cases lining the front of the store. And there's a menu above. Everything looks 2 to 3 times as expensive as you're used to paying for in West Bank, but it does look a bit better. In general, I mean, it's the sleekest looking chocolate. There are chocolate sculptures. Like there is a wyvern like swooping down over. They painted chocolate to look like the sea with a fish jumping out of it, and the wyvern's like swooping down to try and grab the fish, all made out of chocolate. They have a large chocolate sculpted harp. And then they have like candy floss for the strings, and it's behind glass so nobody can touch it. But it looks like it took an enormous amount of time to make. It's carved with the tiniest intricate details. And it has gold filigree throughout the crevices.
I'm picturing
Wow.
that baker, or not baker, the confectioner that lives in Las Vegas, Amaury Guichon, I think, where he does like those like dragons on a tower, and they're like super intricately made out of chocolate.
Oh, definitely. Just like it.
Awesome. Do they have any like fantasy creature chocolate, like little, like that you could hold in your hand?
Yeah, they have like little fairy dragon chocolates with like cotton candy wings.
Oh, I'll definitely get one of those, and maybe just some like candy rocks or something kind of cool, just like pocket candy.
Yeah, so
Pocket candy. I've never had pocket candy. Is there anything with caramel?
so they have a candy rock that when you suck on it oozes like caramel magma into your mouth.
That one. I'm getting that one.
So you can easily spend 5 silver to 2 gold here. I'll let you make the call.
2 gold for sure.
Definitely spend 2 gold here.
Maybe even 3.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask, how much is the big sculpture? How much for the big wyvern?
And he leans over with his right arm forward and flexes it. For the wyvern, my friend, 100 gold. And he twitches his bicep.
All right. I'm going to roll up the sleeve on my really nice jacket and just kind of give him a flex back and be like, that's great. Oh, 100 gold. I'll take a cinnamon bun. How much is the cinnamon bun?
For those muscles, on the house.
Oh, dang. That is muscleist.
If you take a shower and want a job, there's a spot for you here.
One of those is a definite possibility. I'm going to flex my way out of the line with my cinnamon bun. That's awesome.
All right. So, will the adventurers check out Prominence Bardic Theater? Who's Allure? How does Jewel know her? We'll find out next time on Total Party Guild. Until then,
party on!
Party on!
Remember to send us your memes and dice pics on Twitter and Instagram at Total Party Guild or hashtag Topagu, that's TOPAGU, and join our Facebook page, facebook.com/Total Party Guild. We have a modest website at TotalPartyGuild.com where we are setting up a wiki, our blog, and info on the cast, interviews with the characters, and details about the continent of Arosa.
Be sure to rate and review us on your podcast platform of choice. It's especially important to get us seen and promoted. If you love it, others might too. A guild of many defeats more monsters.
Party on!